Okay, I've got a little bit of a thought for you today, and I'm going to challenge you to have a little think about whether or not you've got a part of your garden that you would far rather not either acknowledge as yours or take a photograph of and put it out there on social media for everybody else to see. If you're one of those people, put your hand up now. In fact, because we are waiting for so many things. We at the moment have got so many jobs half done. We've got the shed almost complete, that will be coming up, keep posted on that. We've got we're waiting for compost delivery, we're waiting for a bark delivery, we're waiting for the weather to be okay. I mean, it is today, but we haven't been up to get on with the bonfire. We're waiting for so many different things, so many projects in the pipeline, that we're now at the end of April, and if I don't do it now, there's not going to be an April tour. So today, I promise you that I am going to show all the bits that I would maybe normally go and have a quick tidy up first, or just ignore, just not film. And believe you me, there are quite a few of them. So there's some nice bits as well. So let me come and show you and we'll do the April tour. Okay, let's get started on this tour of shame. Here we are just outside the shed. I've got the shed behind me. I'm not going to show you yet. No. I'll put a playlist up at the end of the video so you can take a look at what we've done so far. But yeah, this is actually tidy. This, up until last weekend, we couldn't actually get through this bit here to go through to the greenhouses because it was just stacked up with bags for the tip. So all we've got now, that's actually got pony manure in. Yes, pony manure, so that's quite handy. Got a little doormat on top for no reason at all. We've got a couple of old buckets there. And we've got all these window frames, these iron framed windows that were actually in the shed, and I tell you what, they were made to last, but we're going to have a bit of a struggle to get them in the car. So yeah, just when we thought last weekend was our go to the tip weekend, I think we're going to be doing a lot more this weekend. You can see all the bits of rubbish behind as well, but all worth it, because to my left here, that I'm not showing you, as I say, is the shed. More on that in a week or two. Greenhouse number one, look at that, hardly anything in it. The only thing we've got there are some, oh look, someone's gone on a motorbike now, shallots and some onions over there, just sitting in some soil, waiting for us to do something with them, but nothing at all to see in there, other than a lot of bits and bobs. Greenhouse 2, however, has become a storage ground for all of these large plastic bags we've been using, but we're actually keeping these. I was hoping these could go off to the tip, but we're keeping those to pack our manure in when it goes to get collected, and move that and our bark chippings. But also, if we look down here, we were given a whole load of greyhound cabbage seedlings about a month ago, and I literally just put them in here to get them out the pot, and have a look at them. Aren't they doing beautifully? Mind you, I am saying nothing. Would you just take a little look at this grapevine? You know, in some ways it can be a right pain, because once this grows, it does overtake the whole greenhouse. But it's tough as old boots, you know. It comes back after a really savage pruning each year. And, you know, I can't fault it. It gives us so many grapes. So, yeah, looking forward to maybe pressing some more this year. And maybe making some wine. This side of the fruit cage is looking really nice, and we've actually got gooseberries, I think. Oh, not on this one. This is the thornless gooseberry. Now, can I really point out, if you haven't got a gooseberry and you're thinking of buying one, get a thornless one. It's like with blackberries, it will just make your life so much easier, because if we look at these ones, oh my goodness, is this a thorny one or is it the next one? Yeah, look at the thorns there. Can you see them? They are vicious things. They're only tiny, but you only need one in the tip of your finger. And it's so sore. But if you look right next to it there, can you see? Can you see that tiny little gooseberry coming? But yeah, go for a thornless version, because when it comes to pruning time, like I say, even if you don't pick up all the prunings and you come to do them later on, like here, It can't half hurt. But yeah, they're all doing very well. One blueberry has survived. Which one's this one? Chandler, and that one, let me have a look. Oh great, that's a late flowering one, but at least it's alive, which is more than I can say for the other ones. And excuse me, the currants also doing really well. We came up a week or so ago though, and we found a Sparrow Hawk actually trapped in the fruit cage, and we couldn't work out where it had come in. And it was only sort of a few days later we realised, we thought that was up there, look, that should be tied on and wrapped around that pole there, but it had actually come down. So it's given the birds a nice little entry point. So once those berries are out, they're going to have a great time. So yeah, that needs putting back up there, but it was quite an incredible sight to see. You know, he was just staring straight at me, but beautiful. But do check your cages for birds getting stuck. The garlic's doing well though, and I think, I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but I'll mention this again. If you look at these thicker ones here at the front, can you see that? Yeah, you can. I've got a feeling these are elephant garlic, because I think the year before last, I put in some of the bulbils. I love saying that word, bulbils, that you actually get round the elephant garlic itself. So they're like miniature cloves, and what you do, you pop them in. They take a year to develop into a full-size clove. Then you pop that back in, and that develops into your garlic. So I think, even though I'd forgotten about them last year, I just thought they hadn't come, they must have been developing underground, because if you look at the size of that garlic next to your standard garlic next to it, I don't know if you can pick that up, but yeah, there's quite a difference there. So hopefully I've accidentally got myself a little row of elephant garlic, but the rest of them are looking beautiful. Oh, and let me get up and show you. I had a gap at the end, and I found a bulb that I hadn't split and planted. So whereas all the others went in the winter, I put these in about a month ago and thought to myself, you know, I've got nothing to lose, they might just come. And they have, bless them, some little garlic soldiers. So I know they'll come later than the other, but yeah, they're worth waiting for. There's a lot of growth now coming up on the tayberry, which is on the left-hand side of the arch. And if you excuse my shadow, you see all these shabby leaves that make it look like it's completely dead. The Thornless Blackberry has also got signs of nice, bright new leaves. So hopefully what I'm looking forward to is probably late summer. Can you see if I do this? There you go. These two, well, they will have gone over the top. The blackberry is over the top already, it's a bit of a bully. But yeah, that will be full of blackberries and tayberries. Fingers crossed. But if you look at this though, this is the thyme that I've got planted on both sides of the walkway here. And I absolutely love it, because in summer you walk through and the bees, it's just absolutely beautiful. But the one on the other side, what's going on there? I mean, I pruned them both at the same time. The only thing that it might be is that the blackberry is too vigorous, and so that the thyme isn't getting a chance to get any goodness from the soil. I mean, there's sorrel in there as well, some red sorrel, but I thought it was tougher than the other one. So that's a bit disappointing, because I'm going to have a little lopsided walk. You might be able to see up there, I've got the same thing going on with the golden marjoram. That's doing nicely, and that the whole idea is you have this corridor of bees as you walk through. But yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll take some cuttings from this side and see how they get on, and chance putting them over there. So I've got what I think are Welsh onions. You see, I realise I'm saying I think are. Thing is, when you've had a plant in for so long, you tend to think you know what it's going to be. Pretty sure they're Welsh onions. But yes, the asparagus is coming up, and I think in the next couple of days, oh, we are going to be feasting on that one spear. But you know what, look, oh, something Something's broken that one. Oh my goodness, I'm on the soil, I'm on the soil. What's broken that? That looks like it's been trampled on. Now, there was, look at that, that only looks, oh dear, that doesn't look, oh, look at that! What's happened to those asparagus? Now, you know, I wonder if something's trampled on all of them. They look like they've shot up too soon and just collapsed. Oh, I wonder if it's frost. No. Can frost get asparagus? It's never happened before, not to my knowledge. Right, okay, let's just look at the others. I'm a bit worried now, I've never seen that before. I mean, look at this one. This is just beautiful. Look, that's how you want them to look. Really, really quite majestic, I would say. But yeah, I wonder if frost can do that. Otherwise we've got a very naughty pigeon or fox or something. But yeah, other than the failed asparagus, there's another thing. The broad beans that I planted direct, remember? When was that? Oh, I've actually got labels in. Oh, isn't that nice? 4th of the 4th, or the 4th, yeah, early April. So these have been in, what, 6 weeks now? And if we just take a little look, they're actually doing rather well. We had such a good strawberry harvest last year. I think we've still got some in the freezer. That surely they must be past their best. We might get another year out of these ones, but if you have a look at the black in the centre there, all that means, it doesn't mean they're dead, it just means they've been frosted, so they've been got by frost. So all you need to do, you can leave them on, but just take them off and let the energy go to the good ones. What's in there? No, that's just a dead one. This again was a bed that was thoroughly weeded, and this has got the pony manure on top, so this is ready to go. However, if I swing you over to the other side, oh my goodness, don't put it in, Jane, don't put it in, don't do it, cut this bit out. Look at the state of this bed. Right, I'll talk you through it. Okay, so this is the bed where it looks like if you took this over as a bit of an allotment, you think, oh my goodness, it's been left to absolutely go to rack and ruin, which it has. I can't argue with that. Last year we had all the beans along the front there, we had peas, and the only reason I haven't been able to take these down is they're hammered in too hard. So, no, I can't get them out. So I thought, I know, I'm just going to keep them there for this year and, you know, grow peas up them again. So we had peas, beans, and we had a couple of teepees of beans in the middle here. Oh, we had more peas there, they didn't work. They were sad. So yes, all this needs clearing away. But actually, the good thing is, it means that we've got somewhere to put our bonfire. Because you just imagine, if our plot was immaculate, we wouldn't want to put the bonfire anywhere and ruin it. Okay, I'm going to stop here by a pretty bit because at the moment you might be looking around thinking, oh my goodness, Jane, your garden looks terrible. Why on earth do you even put these things on film? But I'd like to assure you that it does actually really come into its own in the summer. And if you want to be convinced of that, take a little look at the Instagram page, come along to the Facebook group. If you're enjoying the video, why not give it a like, give it a subscribe, write a little comment below. And if you're really interested to see more of the behind the scenes stuff, come and check out my Patreon page. I'll put all the links either on the screen at the end of the video or down in the details below. Right, all I'm saying is I've got plans, and I just had to walk through a cobweb there to get to where's the other end of that cobweb? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's off camera. There is a bright blue butterfly. I'm not kidding, it's like periwinkle blue flying up and down the hedge. Oh, I hope it oh, come on, come here, butterfly. You won't be able to see it. Can you see it? I don't know if it's on there. How incredible. That was startlingly blue. That was the sort of blue that you tend not to get in gardens unless you grow periwinkles. Beautiful. Look it up. I'm going to look it up. Yes, there are plans for this area. probably see after what I said about the bonfire, this is another area that could also be used for the bonfire. At the moment we've got the little chooks, bless them, they've been allowed out after the avian flu lockdown, so they're now in their little outside run, which they are loving. So I'm sort of there helping clear the ground a little bit, but that is just a little bit of an extension to their run. You can see, come on, let's be honest, it's a dumping ground. Even, oh, he's gone. I was going to say even Mr. Hawk has gone on a wonk, but I don't know where he's gone. So yeah, you can see it's a little bit neglected. But the plans are, these are plans. We are going to keep these two beds here. So the pony manure bed and the bonfire bed, we're going to keep them there as big beds. We've got the narrower edge beds down there, we've got the polytunnel there, and then this area, whether or not it's just the top, it depends on what we can get hold of, but I want to have some raised beds because it just seems like such a good idea. It'll give us a specific area to grow, in particular roots, that sort of thing, because I do find sowing carrots, sowing parsnips direct into this soil, it's so hit and miss whether we get any or not. So I would love to be able to get some beds up here. Now, I've seen quite a few online. I know Danny and Will have got those beautiful, are they birdies ones? They're like the birdies ones, like corrugated iron, and they just look absolutely beautiful. But I'm hoping that we might be at the other end of the scale, being absolutely cheapskates. I'm hoping we can get hold of some pallet collars. However, when I've looked, last time I looked for pallet collars, they were £5 each. They're now £10 each, and we would need quite a few to, I mean, even if we just put 3 up there, there'd need to be at least 3 deep. That's £90 for 3 beds. That's your allotment rent for the year. So yeah, so I am thinking about beds, and then maybe cultivate this bit here. I don't know, have potato, I keep talking about putting potatoes in, don't I? Maybe have the potatoes here for now, and sort of gradually, as and when we get raised beds to fill this area, yeah, we can fill up the front bit as well. But that is, you see, there is a plan. There's something going, it might not look like it, but there is something going on in here. And I think actually it'll marry up really nicely with the polytunnel aesthetically. And yeah, I'm quite excited about it, but it's just, again, it's logistics. It's getting hold of some pallets or some raised bed materials, and just getting on with it on the list of all the other things to do. And if all that wasn't bad enough, this is our beautiful banana palm. Yes, Jane, it looks dead, doesn't it? But actually, it tends to do this every winter. Sometimes we've wrapped it. This year we didn't. We may live to regret it. But this grows into the most beautiful tropical looking plant. And I've got to say, when we look a bit closer, I think it okay, that looks, it looks terrible. And it looks like it might be frosted, but that is a sign of life as far as I'm concerned. And if we look over there, there's another one there. So it may well come yet. I really, really hope so, because apart from anything else, if I just show you, it actually acts as a bit of shade for the chicken cage there. So yeah, that's a nice little shady bit in the summer, because it does get quite hot. So yeah, right, you ready to see behind me? Oh dear. We call this bit the wild area. Is wild. And what is lovely about this, it does need a trim. I know it needs a trim. Yeah, it does. But again, yeah, it will get done. But this is where we've got all our fruit trees, which are looking very, 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 very beautiful. Oh look, even the swing's full. Oh, my swing's fallen over. Oh, that looks terrible. And if you look on this side, this is where we have all the beautiful bulbs in the spring. And yes, once again, it does need clearing. Both sides of this though have, we move the chicken fencing round. So, you know, when they get fed up with one bit, we move it so they can have a little rummage around in there. But I'll show you something in a minute that I think might be quite a good idea to plant in there to sort of complete our orchard look. Look at this. completely forgotten that we had put these in the water, but to, you know, just to water them, I don't know, over the winter. But to be honest, I can't remember what they are. Oh, you've got my microphone. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, crikey, no, I can't see what they are from here. I think one might be a pear, one might be an apple, one might be a cherry. That one hasn't flowered yet, but it will do. But look, it was only when it started flowering, so about a week ago, we realised that we put those in there. So they will go, I think, beautifully in this scrappy bit behind the chicken pen once that's all sorted. And yeah, even more trees for our orchard. So there we are. That's it. What I hope is quite a low bar there. So anything you see in the future in this garden is going to be an improvement as to what it is now, because yeah, it's a work in progress. And I just hope it makes you realise that we haven't, oh, some people have got immaculate gardens. If you want to see an immaculate one, go over and see Will at the Flying Gardener, Danny at the Grapevine Garden. Their plots are just beautiful. They are immaculate. So maybe don't look at those yet. You know, look at this one first and then you'll feel a bit better. But yeah, there's always work to do. Obviously, this is quite a large allotment. Time is limited. But I know that we will get there, and this happens every year. It's easy to get overwhelmed and look around and think, oh my goodness, you know, we're never going to do it, we're never going to do it. And we do. And there might be a bit that gets neglected, there might be a bit that just gets forgotten about. In this case, quite a few. But they will come into their all. We've got 3 days coming up of reasonable weather, and it'll be amazing how much we can actually get done. So take heart. You know, everything you see on social media, as I've said before, is there because it looks nice, and sometimes it's nice to know there is a flip side to that as well. So yeah, see you again soon. Bye for now.